Black Clover is an anime that we haven't seen in a while, unless of course you're watching the episodes that already released. But of course when a show ends, that's what happens. Episodes stop coming out. Although most of us don't actually believe we're not going to get anime content forever, especially since there's an anime movie coming out very soon. Of course we don't have the actual full release date for the movie yet, but that's soon to come, and that is technically anime content. It is not the show. Most people don't realize anime does not mean show. Anime is a medium of media, and so this movie is part of that medium of media. It is part of the anime medium. The movie isn't anime. Some people, I don't know, get that mixed up. But yes, we're still getting anime content for Black Clover, but the anime show of Black Clover we have not seen really anything for. We don't know if they're gonna just have that show over forever. We don't know if there's going to be a new show. We just don't know. And of course there's some people that say that the show never ended and it's just on a quote-unquote break due to the manga being so close to the show, but that was never actually stated by any official source that exists. I know a lot of people like to have that argument, but that argument is based on, well, nothing really official. So we're gonna go with the official news, and depending on your understanding and perception of this news, you might actually think this is something rather exciting or something just like, I don't know, it's something, I guess. That could be your reactions. It all has to do with a creator comment from the author of Black Clover, something that he really kind of put out of nowhere. But that is what we're talking about today on the Konjic channel.
I need to regenerate. I'm about to go off like I'm the Avatar state, and I can say.
So we have actually really great news for Black Clover. This stuff looks pretty positive, and it's kind of said in a joking manner by the creator Yuki Tabata of Black Clover. But first, I just want to remind you guys, if you guys want to see more anime content on YouTube instead of random videos YouTube recommends, go ahead and hit the like button to today's video, because that is the main way to tell the YouTube algorithm anime content is what you want to see. Of course, this is a Black Clover video, so it tells YouTube, get me that Black Clover news. But of course, subscribing would get you all the anime content on this channel, so make sure to do that to not miss any future videos. You see, if you guys don't know, when it comes to Weekly Shonen Jump, that is the manga magazine that produces Black Clover, the creators to those mangas, the authors and sometimes artists, actually have weekly statements for their manga, and usually it's kind of irrelevant and meaningless, because it's usually just something funny like, oh yeah, this week I sure drank a lot of soda, and you're like, oh, that's great to hear. Or they'll say something like, oh man, I watched a lot of this show. I don't know. They just say a lot of statements. You get the point. It's a lot of random things, but once in a while they do say something pretty good, and usually it's a sentence long, so you're left wondering, whoa, tell me more. And this week we definitely got something when it comes to Black Clover. Yuki Tabata says, and I quote, "I had a meeting at Shueisha for the first time in forever and ordered the yuzu juice I used to get. Delicious memories of the past." Now, he says this really casually by throwing in that humor there. Like, he goes from something really big, like, I had a meeting at Shueisha for the first time in forever. It's like at there, we're like, oh, really? All right, you got my attention. And then he goes straight to, and ordered the yuzu juice I used to get. Delicious memories of the past. So clearly, I think just with that joke alone, he's viewing this in a positive light. Unless this is a coping mechanism for him to use humor. So I doubt that this is a thing where Shueisha literally is like, let's call in the creator of Black Clover. And then they're like, so we're canceling your manga, we're canceling your movies, we're canceling the anime completely. Nothing forward, no new anime plans, nothing. Pack up your stuff and go. You never make it in this town. And then he's like, all right, and then walks out, and he's like, let me make a joke so that way I can hide my true pain. I thought that's what he's doing. Usually they don't need to actually have meetings with Shueisha like this. Shueisha is of course the company that umbrellas all these other things. So like Weekly Shonen Jump, Jump Square, like all the jumps, they own it. And as he says, he hasn't had a meeting with Shueisha in forever until now. He pumps out content for the manga a lot. So you can clearly see he doesn't need to do that. But he had a meeting with them for the first time in forever. No, not like Frozen. That reminded me of Frozen for some reason. But he had a meeting. That's a big deal, guys. That's a big deal. And the fact that he's speaking of it in a positive light, that shows good stuff for the quality of this series in the future. There was talk about the show never having any new content, like no new show, no more movies, no new manga content. And in my last video about that, I talked about how I didn't actually believe the manga was going to end forever. He had this meeting, although the thing is, that's all he told us. He just gave us this piece of content, this comments for his series, and we have no idea what he's talking about. I don't think he's talking about the new movie. Like, I don't think he had a meeting for the new movie, because if they're still calling out to him to get work done for this movie, they're like, we're having so much trouble, we need your help. That's a really bad sign, a really bad sign. But I think this is actually a really good thing. So this is probably, I'm going to say, has to do with furthering more content. So when it comes to the entire franchise of Black Clover, and I'm pretty sure this has to do with the anime. Of course, this is all speculation at this point, because all he said was he had a meeting at Shueisha for the first time in forever. But that's big news for the positive of Black Clover, because many people think that, oh man, it's either they think, no, this is going strong, or people think, I don't know what I'm doing with this. So like, people go crazy when it comes to this series, and this is positive news, okay? This is positive news. I think things are going in a good direction when they have him actually having a meeting there. Of course, I wasn't there, and none of us were there that's actually watching this video, unless Shueisha's actually watching my video. What's up, guys? And of course, if you're looking for new content when it comes to the anime show or anime in general, because this could go for more movies, there was an interview with the director of the anime show for Black Clover and the voice actor for Asta, and they gave hints for the return of more anime content. And if you guys want to check that out, make sure to check out the video on that right here on the channel. But let me know what you guys think. My name's Konjik, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
And I can say that I'm great, yeah, I can say that I'm perfect. I ain't the one that was out here saving lives, I was purchased. Now we about to take you out if you try to act toxic. I'ma send you straight up to my main man, Konjik.